team. We will wait 2 more minutes. Okay, let's other join. So till that, so we will just go through what all the concepts we cover so far. Okay, that is from your HTML2 till today. So if you have any doubts related to any of the concepts, you just let me know. We will clarify that. Just because we are just done with the database, because in the database basically if we are since we are using MySQL, if we are familiar with the CRUD operation, that is more than enough in order to handle MySQL. Okay, if we are dealing with the Oracle SQL, then it will be a very big task, because Oracle SQL will support for many things such as your functions, and there are so many different types of retrieving the data is there. That is entirely different as compared with your normal SQL, that is MySQL. Okay. So that's why if you guys are how many of you needed Oracle SQL that functions? If you guys need, I will cover, or else we will just go with the how we can implement the project whenever we are getting any of the use case. We will start with that concept. Okay. Because in the real world, so how we are giving the same use cases, you will get it. Okay. So after getting that use case, what we have to do, what is the next process? So all the steps if you want to cover, then we will cover that. Or else if you guys want to learn about functions in SQL, okay, just let me know. Okay, which concept you want me to cover now? Start with project. Okay. How many of you need that project implementation part? Just give me a thumbs up so that I can go with that. What about others? How many of you want to learn about functions in database? Then others are thinking like, ma'am, whatever you want to do, you can do. We are not a part of it, right? Just tell me which concept you need, or else any concept. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. So then we will start with the project itself, because I got for functions I got only one output, and for project I got 2 votes. So I will go with the project. We'll just show you how real world projects looks like. Okay, so the use case provided, right? So that is also a real world scenarios where we can identify what is the different UIs that we can expect. Since that is just a use case name, that is not an entire requirement. I will show you how requirement looks like. That is real world scenario where we can see how the real use case will look like. Okay, that's come from one of our client. Okay, this is what the requirement collection is all about. Okay, so first what they will do, they will give the module, then description about the module, then which type of database they want to use, and whether it is a UI or a service layer or else a database layer, so that they will give, and what all the responses and requests we have to send and receive. So all the data will be provided by the descriptor, that is the end user, okay, or the person who is providing that particular application. This is what the requirement collection is all about. So requirement collection is nothing but, just see here what they will do, they will broke down the entire application into a module wise. This is a banking application related, okay. So here you can see, first we have to broke down how we can go with the each module. First one is bank ID and rules, and customer transaction, payment transfer, loan applications, and deposits, cards, so on. Okay, so these all are comes under your implementation part. So in order to go with that implementation, first we have to understand the requirement, right? So this is what the requirement collection is all about. So we have to break down how many modules are there. Okay, so that is where we will work as a agile methodology. Agile methodology is nothing but, there are n number of developers are there, which what they will do is they will work on particular model. Okay, not entire model, they will work on particular model and make it as a loose coupling. So many a times what happens, your entire application will work, only certain functionality will not work, right? So that is called loose coupling. Loose coupling in the sense, we have 3 layers. I will just show you in the presentation. We will have 3 different layers. So this is your front end layer, okay, 3-tiered architecture, right? So this is your middle layer, this is your back end, right? So this is a normal structure of your database or your application. First your data will be come to this service layer. From this service layer, it will check the data, and it will if the given data is proper and it is good to store, then it will pass to the database, or else it will send some error message to your front end. This is called 3-tiered architecture. We have 2-tiered architecture also, like this. See, this is a front end plus middle layer, this is a back end. So where we can see these kind of 2-tiered architecture whenever we are going with a Java servlet page, because it is a combination of your HTML and Java. So that it is a single layer, and then directly we are communicating with the database, because the processing will be happening here itself. Okay, so here one more topic is there, that is servlet page. That is how your normal application will look like. That is comes under 3 layered. So JSPs comes under 2 layered. Okay, so what they will do inside your application, what they will achieve abstraction concept. Abstraction in the sense, first what we have to do, we have to generalize some of the methods which are common in all the subclasses. All the subclasses, whatever the methods are there, what we will do, we will make it as a generalized method and make it as a abstract. Okay, and then inside a child class, we will create an object of that particular interface or abstract class. Since we know that we can't create the object of the abstract class, what we will do, we will implement the abstract methods inside a subclasses, and then we will create the object of subclass, right? So, and we are passing this object to our service layer. From service layer, we are passing that object to object implementation. Okay. So this is comes under 3-tiered architecture. So when I am covering off this abstraction, I told about this, right? So how to create the object generalization, passing the data, right? So that is comes under this 3-tiered architecture. Clear? And here, each and in your Java only, we have again three-tiered architecture. This three-tiered architecture is very important in order to achieve your abstraction concept. Okay, so here first what we will do, generalize the object. Here object utilization, sorry, object implementation and object utilization, 3 layers. Okay, each layer containing one object and it is processing according to your requirement. So each and every layer will have the loose coupling content. So first layer with the second layer have a tight coupling, and first layer with the third layer having loose coupling. Coupling in the sense, if the two staying together, we will call it as a couples, right? So, okay. So many a times what happens, whenever we are going with this object creation, if we want to skip this layer, what we will do? We will go with the second layer, we will check whether it is containing any of the dependency with the previous layer or not. If yes, then it is a tight coupling, or else it is called as loose coupling. Clear? So this is what the concept of implementation of your industrial projects. Okay, so we will not write everything in a single module. So when we are developing any of the applications, what we will do, we will directly dive into the implementation part itself. But in the process, what all the things we have to cover? First we have to collect the requirement, right? So many of you are completed with your requirement collection, but no one is covered, read about how your functional requirement will looks like in a real world, right? So if your vendor or the person who is giving that applications to you in order to develop, if he is an organized person, he will provide the data in the form of this. After getting this, what you have to do? You have to go with the designing part. You got the requirement, right? So after getting the requirement, we have to find out how many tables we need inside a database. That is called schema designing, right? So here in this use case, here you can see bank ID role customer search. That means what all the things we need. Just go here, request and response. See, here you can see we need one table called customer. In that customer, I need bank ID and payment details, roles, and the customer details. All the customer details in the sense their bank account number, how much balance they have inside their account, and along with that we have to store the history of transactions, right? So all the things we have to store as a customer, right? So since it is a customer based application, we have to take care about all the things. So what are the things we need? First of all, we need ID, that is bank ID, or account number we can call, okay, and folder name, account folder name we have to store, date of birth, Aadhaar number, right, and amount, total amount. So yeah, total amount will not be there inside your front page, right? And IFSC will be there, right? IFSC code and branch name. So these are the first page, first layer of your interaction part. So in order to communicate with your customer, you are creating one interface. Inside that, all these details will be there in order to register to your application. Okay, so this is the first layer. Okay. After this, along with this, they have provided what they have provided, how your UI should be. Okay, so that is also they will provide. Who is the business analyst or the person who is the data analyst, they will provide all the details to you. Since we are working as a developers, so we should know what is the UI part, what is the backend part. So this is what your first table. Okay, this is your first table. That means we have to create one table which is containing the fields called account number, holder name, then date of birth, Aadhaar card number, then IFSC code, then bank number, bank branch. Okay, so all the things need to be displayed here. So in order to display that, we have to store somewhere, right? So this is our first table. Clear? After this table, we have to go with the one more table called transaction. Okay, inside transaction, we have to store from where we are getting that amount. Okay, that means depositor number, that may be your bank number, account number. Okay, so many a times what we will do, we will pass the data or we will send the amount from one account to another account directly with the help of this your application such as your PhonePe, Google Pay, right? So with the help of that, what we will do, we will use a UPI ID and we will send the amount. So that ID we have to store here. That is the first content, transaction. That is sender name or a sender account number. So sender UPI. So that we have to store. After sender UPI, we have to send the how much amount he or she is depositing. That amount we have to store, right? So what is the third element? We have to check the total balance, available balance, right? So that means whenever we are going with the transaction history, so first we have to store the sender detail and how much amount, or else this total amount we will calculate later. Okay, so for that what we will do, first we need sender's details, then amount, then after that we have to store the account holder name. Okay, account holder name is the person who is sending that money, right? Who is sending that money? So what is his account holder name? So that we have to store. Okay, so then what is the next part? Okay, so inside your bank account, so each and every bank will have their own payment method, right? So they will give some of the accurate details in order to transact, in order to send or receive the amount from one bank account to another bank account. For example, so if you want to go with your SBI. So SBI is containing one bank account, right? Bank application, right? So what is that? Y bank, something is there, right? So inside that you have one, along with that it is containing one more API that is external, that is third party API is there. That will embedded with your services, that is bank services, right? So in order to give that service, what we have to do, we have to give the access to the both tables. First we have to verify whether the same person is sending the amount or not, and then we have to check the transaction details. After that what we have to do, we have to send the details or send the amount with the help of third party APIs. So what are the third party APIs we have? We have PhonePe, because your SBI is not containing any of these kind of transaction applications. right? So what they will do, they will use external API in order to call that application API inside your regular application. So that's where you can use PhonePe, Google Pay, right? And Amazon Pay, whatever the pays are there, all the pays should be supported. Along with this, there is one more pay called card pay. So directly we can send the amount from your debit card to one more account. That is also possible, right? So nowadays in your ATM, you can do cardless transactions, right? So that is just by using your phone numbers and kind of things we have to link, and after that it will be proceeded, right? So this is how we can use your one more table which is containing third-party APIs and how the transaction is going on. And this transaction number and these data should be interlinked. Interlinked in the sense we have to make use of foreign key and primary key. So this is a primary key table and this is a foreign key table. So both the side we have transactions, but based on which application or which API we are sending the amount or receiving the amount, that we have to understand with the help of API keys. Here, this is the second module. So okay, first module is done, second module is done. What is the third module we have? We have loan related table. Okay, so what is a loan related table? First we have to create one table. So whenever bank is providing some loans, what they will check? So first of all, they will check whether previously do we have any current or active loan or not. So if you are already containing any of the active loans, what they will do, they will not offer you a new loan. Okay, first they will ask you to complete that loan, then we can proceed with the procedure, right? So this is a first loan. So for this we have to mention the table called loan type. Which type of loan you are taking? Whether it is a home loan or vehicle loan or education loan, which loan you are taking, type of loan. Okay, so this is for this we have to mention first one unique ID, that is called loan unique ID, or else I will directly give like ID. After ID we have to mention type of loan. Okay, then see whether it is approved or it is rejected, that is based on their criteria, right? But who all are applied, so all the data need to be stored inside your database. That is just because we should not lose any of the single data if the person is claiming against the banks. So then at that time we can give the solid proof to our justice, right? So in order to give that, we have to we need all the details. So why we are not providing the loan, right? So all the details need to be stored inside your database, right? So that is where we have to give one more column called acceptance bar rejectance. So this is called, we will call it as a status, whether it is accepted loan or rejected. Okay, and here we can give one more column log called, so that is previous loan details. So previously that person is took any loan or not. If yes, so how many months he took in order to recover that loan. So all the details we need, right? Because in order to make sure that whatever the amount we are providing to him as a loan, so how much time would he take in order to complete that loan, right? So that we have to see what is the premium amount, all the things we have to see, and then we have to give the loan, right? So after this, due dates, right? Due dates, whether the person is giving or depositing the amount on the time or not, on that time or not. So that we have to check. So that is where we have to go with the due time, right? So this is your third table, that is called your loan details. Okay, after loan details, what we have to do next? Loan is done. Then we have one more criteria inside your bank. What is that? Card detail, right? So many times what happens, you have two different types of cards, right? So one is for account of savings account, another one is for salary account, or else it may be, so same account may link to both of them, or else one card is already done with its lifetime or a span of time, then you are renewal with one more card. So what we have to do? How to store those data? So that is what we will call it as replacement. So how they will store the data is nothing but they will give the account number, okay, then account holder name. So all the details they will not take. So what they will do? They will make it as a foreign key. So which is the primary key here? That is your customer table. Customer table, inside that customer table, what are the things we stored? Account number, account holder name, IFSC, bank branch. So all the things we stored, right? So what they will do here, they will make it as the primary key and they will refer from this table. Okay, here they will store the account holder name or account holder number. Then